Good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, October 25th, and it is time for another Facebook Live. So let me get this, while y'all are finding this, let me get this shared to my group. I always go live on my business page, and then I'll share it over to the group in case somebody's looking for it there. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're coming back, I feel like this is crooked. Maybe not. Welcome back. Every Wednesday I'll come and show you usually a card, sometimes a 3D project. And then the next week I will draw for somebody to win the card. So last week, and I'll tell you at the end who won this one. Hey, Nancy. Last week we made this card with embossing paste, sparkly, shimmery white embossing paste and a stencil. And I wish you could see how sparkly. There you can see a little bit. You can see a little bit of it there. So I will tell you at the end who won this card. And then I'll give you a little sneak peek of a new bundle that is coming out as an online exclusive in a couple weeks. Oh my goodness. What happened here? I never know what is. All right, I just want to go to my page. I'm trying to get my laptop to cooperate with me. Here we go. It may be time for a new laptop. But I've got so much, loaded on this that the thought of starting over is scary. All right, almost there. Hey, buddy. All right, there we go. It's shared now. We will get started. So tonight I'm showing you a card made with this gorgeous paper. So this is in our mini catalog, the Joy of Christmas paper. It is absolutely beautiful. It's hand painted, and well, then copies are made, obviously, but it is absolutely beautiful. 12 by 12. I love this music note one. Some check. There's more music notes, and then there's some wood grain in there too. Just beautiful. If you're not familiar with Stampin' Up's Designer Series paper, it's always beautiful. But the other thing I really love about it, I'm trying to get this back in here so I can show you. I apologize if I cough tonight. I'm still getting over my cold that I started to get last week. I'm feeling much better, but I still have a cough. What I love about the paper is it tells you on the back all the colors that are in it. So if you're not sure what color of cardstock or ink to put with it, Stampin' Up tells you. It makes it super easy. And then the stamp set that I used with this is the Christmas Classics. So it has some very nice sentiments, just a couple of images. I think this is, let me just grab my catalog because I believe this is one of those mega suites, which means it has like 2 bundles and yeah. So this is the page in the catalog. The Joy of Christmas suite has this beautiful dies. Excuse me, too. But it has 2 bundles. So it has this that has even more images, and then this one that I just showed you that has more of the sentiments. Let's look on the next page. It'll be a little easier to see the stamps. So, and this has a die that cuts out those letters, but it cuts them out separately, so not in a square. So you can leave them in the square if you want, or you can put them in a different orientation. And then that's the one I just showed you, and it has these beautiful dies that go with it. So that's the stamp set I'm using. And this card is going to be a part of a class I'm doing on November 20th. That's a Monday. It will be at 6:30. It's going to be a little bit different than my normal card classes because what you're going to get, let me see if I have, it's going to be what we call a product class. So instead of just providing you with the papers to make the cards, you're going to get product. So you're going to get a full pack of that DSP I just showed you. You're going to get a full spool of this iridescent ribbon, and then a package of these festive pearls. which mine has been used, you can tell. If something is unavailable at the time, then I'll just substitute. This class, the layout of everything is really nice. So if this paper is unavailable, then we'll substitute with different paper. So it will all work out. But because it's a product class, then it works a little bit differently. So you will have to pay for the class up front so I can order your products. I can't just order it all and then wait for you to pay me. I need the payment up front so that I can order them. The cost of the class is $40, so you get all of that product. Plus, I will cut any cardstock that you need for these cards. And if you attend class in person, then I'll cut your designer series paper. So then you'll just have everything you need to make the cards. In class, you'll use my stamps and my ink. At home, you'll use your own stamps and ink. And if you don't have this set, you know, whatever set you have that has sentiments, that will fit. So that's something different I'm trying. I've already got a couple people signed up, so I'm really excited about doing this. The payment, because of the delays we've had in shipping, you know, everything seems to be taking longer, still recovering from the pandemic, I guess. I will need your payment by October 30th, which is Monday. So if it's something you're interested in, just reach out to me and we'll figure out how to get that done. But I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a fun class. So this is one of the cards we'll make. And I thought I would just show it to you tonight so you can see kind of how this works. And then I'll show you the other cards so you'll know what they'll look like. But this is kind of a fun fold. And so it just folds like this. And let's go ahead and make it. Get all my pieces over here. All right. So I've already cut. Let's do our stamping first. So our only stamping is on this piece. I will go ahead and put the dimensions for this card on my blog afterwards. Even though it's going to be for this class, I'll still give you the dimensions to it. All right, so we're going to stamp in Cherry Cobbler. That is one of the colors in this paper. I used Real Red for the cardstock for the base, but I decided to stamp in Cherry Cobbler. So I'm going to stamp Deck the Halls towards the top. Now these are photopolymer, and usually I would get my Stampin' Pierce mat, but because they're such thin stamps, you know, it's just script, and even the greenery is thin, they will stamp fine without that. And then just a little bit of greenery here. This is shaded. Excuse me. Talking makes it worse. This is Shaded Spruce. And we'll just stamp that going across the bottom. Just felt like it needed a little something more there. There we go. And that's all our stamping. We're ready to put it together. I'm going to set this aside. Cherry Cobbler is one of those rich reds that you have to kind of let it lie for a little bit and set before you mess with it so that it doesn't smear. All right, so here's our 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I've scored it at, I think it was 2 1/4 and 8 1/4, but actually you can do, I'm just looking at my paper, 2 3/4 and 8 1/4, but actually you can do 2 3/4 on either side. If you don't want to get your arm out on your trimmer, you can just do 2 3/4 on either side. I tested it and it worked. So I'm going to score those. Now we've done in class, this is called a gatefold. Opens like a gate. We've done them this way where they close in this way, but this is just a little bit different. And you could have it horizontal, but we're doing it vertical, so it's just kind of fun. I've got a piece of basic white. Oh yeah, we were going to stamp on this. I forgot. On mine, I stamped on the inside too. Let me grab those stamps real quick. I forgot I did that. So we're going to stamp the little holly leaves. In our Shaded Spruce. So these will be down in the corner. And we need some berries to go with it. So get the little berry stamp. Try not to lose it. And we'll use our cherry cobbler again. And then just stamp it down in the corner. There. All right. I'm going to set that aside now. We'll work on the front. Let that get set. All right. So I have 2 pieces of Designer Series paper. And I did cut them, there it goes, so that they would continue. So that if you see enough of it, which you would on the edges, then it continues across both pieces. So let's adhere these. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal. This one on the top. And if it helps, you can lay it out like this so you can see where the bottom of your flap is. That helps me. Otherwise, it's just all red and it's kind of hard to see. And then the bottom piece. And again, once I figure out the orientation of it, then I can open this up and see where that is going to go. So there's our front of it. And then I have a piece of basic white that I cut with the Radiating Stitches dies. This is an online exclusive. So you'll only find the pictures and stuff of it online. You don't have to order it online. You can order online through my shop, but I can also order it for you. And I have a piece of ribbon. So I'm going to take this ribbon and tie it around. And I'm just going to tie it in a knot. And I wish you could see this iridescent ribbon is very iridescent. It's just beautiful. So just tie it in a knot over to the left side. And if you don't get it over far enough, then you can always move it, because you want it pretty much on that edge, and you can just move it a little bit once it's tied. Oh, I tied that one pretty tight, didn't I? That'll be all right. Okay, let me cut those. We'll trim our ends. All right, this, you want to be sure you only adhere it on this top portion. So I like to just do it right above the ribbon. Then I know it's not going to go past, because if you do it all the way, then you're going to glue your card shut and you won't be able to open it. So just center that. So now you have that. And then this guy is just going to go on with dimensionals. There we go. And I did do 4, 1 in each corner. It's a narrower piece, but you certainly don't want it to be floppy. That will go over your ribbon like that. Isn't that pretty? This ribbon is just so beautiful. And you can try and make it go sideways a little bit more. All right, and then let's go ahead and put our inside in before we forget that. Now, if you have some other sentiments that you want to use, you could put another sentiment in there. I didn't, I just did the holly leaves. All right, and then the last touch is our festive pearls. And on this one, I used the red ones. And because they're so small, I went ahead and used 5 of them. You want to use an odd number, and you get plenty of them on the sheet, so I just did 5. I'll put a couple over here. Oops. I'm using my Take Your Pick tool. This is so easy. It has a putty end, and that makes it so easy to pick up little embellishments like this. Let me put one up there. And there you go. There's our card. All done. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love it. So the other cards that we'll make, all are using the paper, of course, and the ribbon and the festive pearls. And somebody will still win this card. Even if you come to class, you'll have an extra card then. So this is another one. I used different, thank you ladies, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Different designer series paper on each one. This has some extra. This is another online exclusive, this tag die. This is a hexagonal punch, and that's vellum. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but there's polka dot vellum behind that. So that's one of them. This one is another fun fold, and it has a little belly band that just slides off, and then it opens up. So this is your traditional gatefold, and then you have a belly band that holds it closed, and it just slides back on. And this one I used the gold dots. This one I used the pearls. This one I used the silver. 5 on each of those. And then the last one is this one. And this has some of the leafy vellum there. And then this is just the opposite side of, the other side of this designer series paper. And this one I used. These are like a real pale green. So that's what I use on that one. So these are the 4 cards that we'll be making in that class. As I said, you'll get a full pack of paper, a full bolt of ribbon, and then a pack of the embellishments. So I hope you can join me for that. Just reach out if you're interested in it, and we'll figure out how to get your payment to me. All right, and I will draw for that card next week. Last week, we made this beautiful snowflake card, and so the winner of that is Khaki. So I will get that card to her. I think I'm going to see her this weekend at a retreat, so I can take it to her then. And then I wanted to show you a little sneak peek. There are some new online exclusives that will be available November 6th, I believe it is, which is a week from next Monday, I think, if I'm calculating right. And this is one of them. Excuse me. This is called Fluffiest Friends. We used this last night in my team meeting. We made 4 cards with it. We used, not the bear, the bunny, the beaver, the cat, and we think this is a raccoon because of the way his feet are. But the line on there is, it needed another line or something. But one of my team members, Carol, colored it much better than I did and made him look more like a raccoon. So this will be available November 6th. There's a die set that goes with it. And it cuts out all of the little animals and the bird. And then it also has a beehive and some branches and leaves, some grass, some balloons. So some extra things that you can die cut too. So like I said, we made cards with it last night. I'll just show you one of the cards we made. This is the little kitty cat. And we didn't do much coloring with him, just, you know, his flower pot and his little nose. And that was about it. We left him a white kitty cat. But you could definitely color him. Carol said she's going to have to figure out how to make her color it so it looks like a tabby cat. But they're wonderful for coloring, and they're wonderful to just start out, you know, playing with blends because they're smaller images. It's not like you have to cover a whole bunch. Oh, I'm sorry. And I did do one where I didn't even color much, like the beaver. I stamped him on crumb cake, and then I just colored like his hands, his feet, his tail, and the little wood pieces. So you can do different things where you don't have to color very much, but they're a great way to you know, start playing with our blends. So that will be available November 6th, and I'll show you some more stuff with it later. All right, I think that is it for tonight. I think I showed you everything I was going to. Actually, no, I just decided because they're sitting right here beside me to share the swaps that I got at the team meeting last month. Sorry, you heard all that crinkling. I'm on Kay's team, and she has a team meeting every month, and we do swaps. And it's so fun because you get cards made with stamp sets that you might not have, ever decided to purchase. You may have to purchase it after you see it, or it's just fun to have a card made with it if you don't have it. This is the one I did. This is with the translucent florals, I think it's called. And then this is some designer series paper that's an online only exclusive. So that's just Pool Party and those translucent florals. And if they have a name, I will tell you. This one doesn't have a name. I believe this is the Hostess set. So you can only get this if you have an order of $150 or more, or have a party of $150 or more. Then the Hostess can buy this with some of her reward money. This one is Carol's. This is that gorgeous autumn leaves. I love how she used the inside of the leaves as just an extra little accent. I just love that. And then look at those die cut leaves there. That's that beautiful autumn paper. Yeah, that one is. And then this is Tartan Plaid. Yeah, there you can see it's all shimmery. And that is an online exclusive. And then the sequins are just in that copper ribbon. I mean, that's just beautiful. That's a beautiful fall card. I won't want to send that to anybody. I'll just want to keep it. This one is Beverly's. Same autumn leaves. She used, this is another online exclusive, this gold glimmer paper. It has adhesive on the back of it. So you just die cut it and stick it on. Peel off the back and stick it on. Isn't that beautiful? Gorgeous. This one is Jackie's. That's very fancy. And then I'm not sure what that is from. This is our Distressed Tile. That's one of my favorite embossing folders. But I'm not sure what those dies are from. This one is Patience and I Hope. There. Nope. So this is not, well, it is kind of a higher, it is kind of a iridescent. But when you see it, like when we were looking at it last night, it just looks more copper. It doesn't look all those colors as like it does on camera, but now it is under these lights, so I don't know. But it's absolutely beautiful. And then there's embossing behind them. And then this is dry embossed with that painted texture. It's just gorgeous. And look, she even did little stars all over and the moon. That one took a lot of work. This is from Gail. And I love how she used, this is like a eucalyptus embossing folder. And she used it in the center and then just put this little focal point in the center and just her sentiment. And it's simple, but it's just very elegant and very beautiful. And she even put an extra little piece of ribbon behind her bow. So pretty. This is from Janice. So this is also a set in the holiday catalog that has celebrations. And so these are like fireworks going off. Oh, and she stamped, I didn't notice this before, on this piece of cardstock behind, too. You can see some of those. And these are, of course, gold embossed with gold pearls in the middle. Just beautiful. We have a lot of talented stampers on the team, and it's so fun to see. This was Kay's. This is a Hanukkah set that is online only. They had brought it out. I can't remember if it came out to the public or if just demonstrators saw it. I really don't remember. And there were some errors with it. There was a dreidel and it had the same symbol on all four sides. Yeah, four sides. And so a lot of the demonstrators that know about the Jewish faith were like, that's not right. There's a lot of errors with this. So they pulled it and had people help them get it right. So now it's right. Kay made this card with it, which is just beautiful. And I love that Stampin' Up! Took the time to say, okay, we messed that up. We're going to fix it. We're not going to leave it out there wrong. So I thought that was neat. This one, I think, is April's. It doesn't have a name on it, but I think it was April's. And this is Another online exclusive, I believe, if I remember right. I don't have that one, but and then this is embossed up there. And then the last one, I'm not sure who this is. This is another fun fold. So kind of like the one we did, but just sideways. And it's with the balloon set out of the annual catalog, which of course I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. So those are the swaps I got. Just gorgeous. I love just looking at all the swaps, and then I get ideas. Even if I don't want to make a birthday card like this, I can take this layout and do a Christmas card, a Halloween card. You know, you can get ideas even if you don't have that set or don't want to make that type of card. You can still get a lot of good ideas from them. So it's really a lot of fun. Okay. I think that's enough rambling for one night. I hope you enjoyed those swaps. I always like looking at them. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I will draw next week to see who wins this beautiful card. Again, if you want to come to this class, we'll need to get payment by Monday. So just reach out and we'll figure that out. All right. Thank you so much. And I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.